My name is Haley Aria Thompson. I like to go by Ari. I'm 16 years old. I live in Licajigay, Arizona, and I go to school at Chinle High School. I am a junior there, and I am, yeah.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the music you wrote. Tell us about your piece.
Well, the thing about my piece is that, so this is kind of weird, but I have 3 people in my life who I have basically like fell in love with in a way. And 2 of them are there inside, and they're my best friends, but it's so difficult sometimes because like it's hard because it's an understanding that you have to move on and let go. And it's difficult, and that's why in the song there's ups and downs, but in a way it's still peaceful, yet it's very chaotic. So all in all, it's just somewhat of a thing where it's like I got over a lot of things in the past and just moving on. Becoming more adultish, I guess you can say.
Dope. I love that. Tell me about your experience in NACAP this year. What was it like for you?
This year or last year?
This year.
For this year, it's been fun and great to work with Michael B. Gay, especially. Mostly because he's really been there for me, especially last year when I wrote Chaotic Obsessions, which was about falling in love with someone and it getting out of hand in a way.
Okay.
But this year was about kind of like reconciling and trying to understand peacefulness, you know?
So it sounds like you've had some personal growth and emotional growth in between last year to this year.
Yeah.
And your music has too.
I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Like, especially for the fact that last year, there was only very little people in NACAP, and I thought I was the best one because I got a video and I got told I was the best by like a lot of people, and I guess it kind of got to my head that I was the best in the room, in every room, and I always thought I was the best when I realized that I wasn't, and it's okay to think that way. It's just sometimes it gets to me when I think I'm the best and I'm not. And I'm just happy that I finally realized that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I went off topic there.
No, that was great. If you could give one word that would summarize your experience for this year, what would it be?
Peaceful.
I love it.
But chaotic still.
Okay.
But a good kind.
I'm Isabella Billy. I'm 17 years old, and I go to Chinle High School.
Okay.
I'm from Blue Gap, Arizona. Yeah.
Tell us about the music that you wrote.
I made it for my mom and my uncle because they had kind of like a bond, and I kind of wanted to just create that bond for them because it never was expressed to my outer family, and they never really paid attention to them, so I decided to just do it for them.
Nice. So this is your way of honoring them.
Yeah.
So are they going to hear it for the first time later today?
My mom is still at home. She's at home right now. She can't make it, and my uncle has passed away, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's really special.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Nice. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about your experience in NACAP this year? What was it like for you?
It's fun, you know. I liked making the music, and it was nice doing the music, yeah, basically.
Okay. If you could sum up your experience in NACAP this year in just one word, what would it be?
Exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yat Eshe Tamir Scott Unitya, Tedsanilke, Kia Ani Bachi, Dashini Dashe. Hello, I'm Tamira Scott. I'm from Pinyon, Arizona, and I go to school at Chinle, Arizona.
Okay. Tell us about the music that you wrote.
So the music I wrote is called Seasonal Change. It's about how all the seasons, it's how I feel about them and how I see them. So the beginning consists of whole notes, and I named that first part the beginning. Then the second part is summer. Summer is sort of this upbeat but also slow tempo. After summer is fall, where there's this upbeat tempo with the viola and the cello. But it also goes down and it gets spooky. Next is winter, where it's sort of this happy, jolly, upbeat, and it just makes me smile. Next is the spring, where all the instruments just combine together, and it just brings me joy because spring is my favorite season of all.
Nice. Tell me about your experience at NACAP this year. What was it like for you?
Well, this year my experience is actually better than the one last year because I'm talking more and I've come out of my shell basically.
So if you could sum up your experience this year in one word, what would it be?
Talkative.
Great. That's great. Thank you.
My name is Sheridan Sells. I'm from Chinle, Arizona, and I go to school at Chinle High School.
Okay. Tell us about the music that you wrote.
The music I wrote is called Old Roses, and essentially what Old Roses is finding a difference between everything else. And at first it's kind of scattered and everywhere, and also it's kind of a story of like faith with the Lord and faith within relationships. It's scattered at first everywhere. You don't know what you're doing. You feel a bit lost. You're not really caught up with everything. But as time progresses on and you start to run and get up on your feet, it starts to come together and it starts to sound beautiful and it starts to make sense. But it's not always like that.
That's right. Tell us about your experience in NACAP this year. What was it like for you?
This year it was pretty good. You know, this is my second year, and my last year because I'm a senior.
Okay. Would you say there was a difference for you between last year and this year?
Yes. Last year I kind of didn't know what I was doing. And this year, now that I have a little bit more musical experience under my belt, and I have a lot to relate to between the cello and violin and stuff, because I play guitar. Yeah, it's a little bit easier now.
Okay. If you could sum up this year's experience in one word for you, what would that be?
Fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Jag är Shikero Shidinesh, a tia Frank in a share, toy haglin, a shine tutsonim bashishi, my dashkijin dashishe. I'm 16 and I come from Chinle, Arizona. And it's way out there.
Okay. Tell us about the music that you wrote.
The music that I wrote was kind of about like my brother. So me and my brother had this collab where he was working on one half of the piece and I was working on the other half. So then we just like put stuff together and we just made something new. And I kind of think of it as like his understanding and my understanding and us just coming together and coming to like a complete agreement. And I love my brother so much.
Is he older or younger?
He's older than me. He's like 24.
24. Okay. All right. Tell us about this fabulous sash you're wearing.
Oh, this is my tradition. I'm Navajo, and that's what Chinle is for. And my jewelry, it kind of like tells me who I am in a way. It explains who I am, and I'm proud of wearing this every single day, and my moccasins as well. Last year, there was like less people there. Less people, like a couple of us. And last year I had this piece and I thought it was kind of sad in a way because I put all my emotion into one piece and I loved it. It was my baby.
And you had to let your baby go.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like this year with a new baby?
This year I was proud of myself, and as like I said, I put my brother into it, and yeah.
Cool. If you could sum up your experience in NACAP in one word for this year, what would it be?
Very myself. I learned more about myself this year.